Hello guys, welcome back. So now we're going to work on area. So the difference between area and perimeter is perimeter, we add up the numbers on the outside of the shape. So here's the outside of this shape, it's the outside. With area, we look at the inside of the shapes. We don't look at the outside, we look at the inside. And we don't add them like we do with perimeter, we times them. Okay, so let me go through some practice questions. Good luck with this. So let's do our first one. So we have 8 and 3. So perimeter is we add the outside of the shape. And area we times the inside of the shape. We times it by length by width. So you should know length by width, which we've been practicing in perimeter, working out our missing measurements. So length is the length of the shape, how tall it is, and width, how wide it is. So length by width. So on here, our length is 8 centimeters, and our width is 3 centimeters. We're working out what's inside the shape. We don't want these measurements. All we want is length times width. That is so important in area. Length times width. So our length is 8, and our width is 3. So we have to do 8 times 3. So what is 8 times 3? 8, 16, 24. Let's check that out with 3 times 8. Just put it the other way around. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So the answer is 24 centimeters. But with area, we add on something else. We add on a little 2 to show squared. So it's 24 centimeters squared. Okay, let's do this one. So our length, how tall it is, it's 3 centimeters. How wide it is, it's 10 centimeters. 3 times 10, that's easy enough. 3 times 10 is 30. So it's 30 centimeters squared. Remember, area is always squared. And let's try this last one, the square. Remember, all the sides are the same. What's the width of our square? What's the width? If the length is 6, the width has to be 6. They're all the same. But we're not doing perimeter here, so we don't need to work out each side. We only need to work out what's inside the middle. So all we need is length times width. 6 times 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. The answer is 36 centimeters squared. Remember that squared. So that's our answers. Hopefully you understand what area is and how you can work it out. I'm going to give you some questions and we're going to go through the answers now. Okay, here we go. So here's your questions. I'll give you guys 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't done that, pause the video now and we'll go over the answers when you're ready. So let's do our first one. 6 and 10. That's our two measurements. So length times width. So our length is 10. Our width is 6. 10 times 6, 60. That's not our answer. We need 60 centimeters squared. Perfect. Let's move on to this one. Remember, each side in a square is always the same. But we need to work out what length times width is. So we've got a length. What's the width going to be? Of course, it's going to be 4. Now you can work it out. Length times width. 4 times 4, 16 centimeters squared. Okay, let's do the last one. We have 7 centimeters and 4 centimeters. Our length is 4. Our width, the width of the shape, is 7. So we have to do 4 times 7, or 7 times 4 if you prefer. 7 times 4 is 28. So our answer is 28 centimeters squared. If you follow the instructions in the practice, that shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. If you struggled, then just go back to the practice video, check it out, and see if that helps you to answer these ones again. Again, you've seen the answers, but it doesn't matter as long as you know how to get the answers now. That's the main thing. Okay, so go on to section 4, answering perimeter and area questions in the same shape. Good luck. Hi guys, welcome back to section 4. In this section is our last section on perimeter and area, but we're going to answer perimeter and area in the same question on the same shape. which shouldn't be too hard. That's why I'm not going to make a long practice video. You guys should know this by now. Otherwise, I will bat over my previous videos and see if it helps you understand these questions now. Okay, so let's work out the perimeter of this square. So we're working out the outside of the shape, not the inside. So we need to work out what each side is and add them up and then total it together. So outside of a shape of a square, always the same, so it's 8 on each side. So we've got 8 on each side. Let's work out what the outside of our shape is. So we've got 8, add 8, 8 add 8 is 16, add 8, 16 add 8 is 24, 24 add 8 is 32. Let's check that by doing 8 times 4, because we have 4 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32. The perimeter is 32 centimeters. There we go. And area on this question. Remember, area is length times width. So our length is 8, our width is 8. So we have to do length times width, 8 times 8, 64 centimeters squared. Work out the perimeter of this shape. We have 3 and 9. The opposite side to this, of this width, is down here. So that's obviously going to be 3. And the opposite side to the 9, our length, is 9. So now let's add this all together. 9 add 9 is, I think, 18. 18 add 3, 21. 21 add 3 is 24. The perimeter of this shape, the outside, is 24 centimeters. And what's the area going to be? The area is the inside of the shape. Length times width. Length is 9. Width is 3. So we have to do 9 times 3. 9 times 3. 9, 18, 27. The answer is 27 centimeters. Hopefully you said squared, because that'll be the answer. 27 centimeters squared. Because area, we always have squared. Okay, I think you can do this on your own now. I'm going to give you 4 questions, and I want you to give me an area and perimeter answer. And we'll go over it now. Good luck. Okay, there's our questions. I'm going to push it to the screen now. And you guys give them a go now. If we count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go over the answers. So the perimeter of this shape up here, the opposite side is 6. Let's write 6 here. Opposite side of this is 10. We add that together to find the perimeter. 10 add 10 is 20. 6 add 6 is 12. 20 add 12 is 32. The perimeter of this shape is 32 centimeters. Now let's look for the area of this shape. Our length is 10. Our width is 6. Length times width, 10 times 6, 60. 60 centimeters squared. I hope you remember the squared. Let's look at our square up here. So we have a measurement of 5. If we're looking for the perimeter, we have to put 5 on each side because they're all the same. 5 add 5 add 5 add 5, or 5 times 4 is 20. The answer is 20 centimeters as our perimeter. What's our area going to be? Length times width, 5 times 5, 25 centimeters squared. Okay, let's do this tricky one down the bottom. So the opposite of the 15, our width is obviously 15. The opposite length to the 10 is 10. So now let's add that together. 15 add 15 is 30. 10 add 10 is 20. 30 add 20, 50. The perimeter is 50 centimeters. And area, it might sound tricky, but it's not too bad. So the length is 10. The width is 15. 10 times 15. It's not that tricky. It's 150. All you're doing is adding the 0 on. 150 centimeters squared. Our last one, opposite to the 4, obviously going to be 4. Our width is 4, and our length, opposite sides of the length, is 8. So let's work out the perimeter. 8 add 8 is 16. 4 add 4 is 8. 16 add 8 is 24. Our perimeter is 24 centimeters, and our area, length is 8, width is 4, 8 times 4 or 4 times 8 if you prefer is 32 centimeters squared. Alright guys, I hope that wasn't too tricky. If you're following the practices before the questions, that should be pretty easy to you guys. Hopefully there'll be another video next week, and I look forward to you guys doing it. See you later guys, have a good weekend, bye!